In the United States, there is a lot of experience regarding the small firms getting together to try to stabilize the market in which they compete. In particular, it's always the case, or often the case, that the small firms agree on bids submitted to schools for milk, which is one of the products that schools buy in huge quantities, road paving, supplying armaments to the Department of Defense. These are not small firms, but they are the suppliers to the government. So, in fact, the experience in the U.S. teaches us that small firms often find it not only attractive, but almost necessary to find ways to stabilize the competitive environment in which they function. In part because the fact that there are many small firms in the marketplace suggests that the market is susceptible to a lot of competition, which at times may appear to be destructive to those businesses. And this being the case, it raises to me a very difficult question of how far we should allow for cooperation in the open against sub rosa or hidden cooperation that leads to the kind of competitive distortions that we are talking about. So I think that perhaps there's a hope in Hong Kong to create an environment in which small firms can in fact cooperate effectively to improve their efficiency, to improve their ability to invest for long run, to innovate, without at the same time needing to hide those activities in ways that ultimately are harmful to Hong Kong consumers, the Hong Kong economy. But a blanket exemption just because you are below X employees, I think that would be totally inconsistent with the best of economics. In part, because aggregating 10 firms, each of which has 50 employees, creates a single firm as if it were a 500 employee firm. And we already know that 500 employee firms are not SMEs under any definition. And therefore, the goal should be to broaden the range, what it is that firms should be allowed to do, especially when they are small, when they cannot have market power in the small aggregates. At the same time, severely discourage doing that kind of activity outside of the view of the tribunal, of the legal profession, and of the consumers. Ultimately, it's the consumers who get hurt. So there is a way to balance it. I don't think it's an easy one, but I think that Hong Kong is in a great place right now to try to work towards finding such a balance.